Welcome to Chip's Activities, the show that you watch and I do stuff every other Tuesday right here on Ali Hegle's YouTube channel. We are on the trails at Old World, Wisconsin today, and I have 4 activities for you. First off, we will go for a walk on these beautiful trails out here at Old World, Wisconsin. Next, we will try and feed an average-sized horse. Thirdly, we will go to the cemetery and see what kind of fun we can have there. And lastly, we will go to the farm and collect an egg from the chicken coop. You're watching Chip's Activities. Old World, Wisconsin has a lot of very amazing trails. We're going to take a little nature walk here and see what kind of things we can find. Everything here is legitly vintage. Even this tree is back from 1880. This is something that they used back in 1880 for protein. It was, you can still use them today, but before you use these today, you have to break off the hard outer center, kind of like this. Just kind of push down and pull off those hard outer centers. And then when you get it all off, you can eat it. Now that I have all the protein I need for a very long walk, we're going to go for a little walk. One thing that you should always have for a walk is a walking stick. So for picking out a walking stick, if you want to look like a professional like me, it should probably be like no longer than a foot, okay? So remember, as you walk, you must keep your legs bent. It's the healthiest and safest way to walk down a trail like this. And always make sure you have your no longer than a foot long stick always on the ground. Have 1 foot on the ground at a time. This way, your joints will grow very strong by the time you're 50, and you probably won't die until 75-ish. One of the many reasons that you are here watching this video at the moment is because the people back in 1880 stayed on the path and didn't wander off. Plus, there wasn't air pollution and litter and death. There was no death back then, so that's... But it's mainly because they stayed on the path and they didn't wander off, because if you wander off, bad things happen. Bad things. Hello? I've seen this tree before. I know I've seen this tree before. I'm lost. No! I shouldn't have left the path. Help! It's a genus Funguli. More genus Fungulis. Probably poisonous. There's all kinds of natural life out here in the woods, like this toad here. We probably should let him go because this is his home and we wouldn't want to hurt the environment. Bye-bye, toad. Woo! Now you need to remember that there are all kinds of wild animals out there, and they're very, very dangerous, especially the cheetah. You need to keep an eye out for those. And if you do happen to see one, all you have to do is pick up a rock and chuck it at it. Hey, there's one right there. Oh, I'm so sorry, your cheetah print jacket. It's always good to take a break every 4.5 minutes or so when you take a walk, otherwise your joints, they won't grow as strong and stuff. You may notice that when you're hiking in the woods, there's lots of mosquitoes. Killing them is not the solution. I found that just lightly brushing the air around your face will get them away very nicely, and it helps very much. You want to be friendly to the mosquitoes. You can go as far as just letting them take a drink. Come on, little ones. It's on the house. A tip you can always remember is be nice to nature, and nature will be nice to you. This here is a pretty average-sized horse. What you can do with horses is you can feed them grass, or they like to eat hay also. I don't know if this horse has a name, but he's pretty average size. They can grow to be quite a bit bigger than this. You see how his skin is jiggling like that? See how it's jiggling? That's a way to get the flies off of him. He can make any particular part of his skin jiggle to, if, let's say, you've got a fly here, he can jiggle just that area, and the fly will go away, and he doesn't have to jiggle his whole body. It's pretty amazing that way. That's a pretty average-sized horse, and he's pretty beautiful, and he's having his lunch, which is hay. Yummy. We are now at the cemetery, and you should never go through the main gate of the cemetery. Always climb through the fence. You know how they say you shouldn't breathe when you drive past a cemetery? Well, technically, when you're in a cemetery, you shouldn't even be living. But because I'm a professional, I'm allowed to be in here. Because all those standards don't count when you're professional like me. A fun game that you can do in a cemetery, even though you're not supposed to be here, is to try and find the oldest tombstone. It's a blast. It's like the most fun game you can have in a cemetery. It is awesome. Let's go. There we go, that's the oldest date. I am at a Danish farm, and I don't normally wear shoes, but wooden shoes are pretty sweet. I am going to collect an egg. This here is the chicken coop. I believe this is where they keep the eggs. Oh, chickens. This is where the eggs are kept. Let's see here. Brown or white? It's a brown one. Isn't that cool? Now we'll put it in the bowl. Safe in there. Better close this. Let's go make ourselves an omelet. Well, it's been a fun and historical day with Chip's activities. I hope you enjoyed the 4 activities I showed you today. It was the first in Chip's activities history that we had 4 instead of 3 activities. That is pretty cool. New videos every Tuesday at 5 p.m. right here on Austin Hegle's YouTube channel. Don't miss any. Stay tuned next Tuesday for episode 5 of Austin's Old Videos, and the following Tuesday for episode 8 of Chip's Activities. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time on Chip's Activities. Goodbye!